Last problem of the assignment, problem 4-89. Sammy has a 10-foot wooden ladder, which he needs to climb to reach the roof of his house. The roof is 12 feet above the ground. The base of the ladder must be at least 1.5 feet from the base of the house. How far is it from the top step of the ladder to the edge of the roof? Draw a sketch. So I've kind of started my sketch here. This is my ground level, and this is the side of my house. My roof starts here at the top, so I've drawn in here that the distance from the ground level to the roof is 12 feet. This brown thing here is my wooden ladder, so we'll say that that right now is 10 feet. So this from here to here is 10 feet. Now what they're wanting us to find here is how far is it from the top step of the ladder to the edge of the roof. So this distance right here is what we're focused on. We're looking at from here to here. We don't know what that is. So I'm actually going to call that, let's call that value y. We want to find y. Y is the distance from the top of the ladder to the roof. That was the top step of the ladder. And who knows why he's up there? You know, maybe he's just putting up Christmas lights. Maybe he's cleaning out the gutters. Maybe he's trying to break into his own house. I don't know. Who knows, right? Maybe he locked his keys inside there and there's a window up in the top somewhere in the roof that he's trying to get to. So we've got y here is that distance from the top step of the ladder to the roof. We know this is 12 feet long. We know the ladder is 10 feet long. Then they also gave us a little bit more information. They told us that the bottom of our ladder here has to be at least 1.5 feet from the base of the house. So this distance here is 1.5 feet. I made it so it was the minimum value it could be, because that way we can figure out what this value is from the top step of the ladder to the ground. How far up the house is it extending? We don't know what that is, so I'm going to call that value x. So from here to here, we don't know what that is. But we know that x plus y should equal 12. I'm going to write that over here. So let's do x is equal to distance from top step of ladder to ground. Like I said there, we know that from here to the top step and from the top step to the roof should be 12. So we know right now that x plus y should equal 12 feet. Just trying to draw it here so everybody knows what's going on. So this angle down here we know would be a right angle. So we have a right triangle. And when you know two sides of a right triangle, we know the hypotenuse and one of the legs, we can find the third side by using the Pythagorean theorem. So let's go ahead and let's do that. Let's find x. So to find x here, we're going to say x squared plus 1.5, or this value squared, should equal 10 squared. So let's like to solve it here. Let's simplify these. So we've got x squared plus, if you take 1.5 and squared, it's like saying 15 squared, which is 225. Move our decimal back 2, we should have 2.25 equals 100. And let's see, we have just an x squared term, we don't have any x values, so let's just go ahead and get our constants together. We'll solve this using square roots. So we're down to x squared should equal 100 minus 2 is 98, minus a quarter more there would be 97.75. Now we're going to take the principal square root of each side. We won't have to worry about taking the absolute value here because we're dealing with distances here, so the negative value won't matter. So x should equal, and let's pull out our calculator here to get a somewhat accurate value of what square root of 97.75 is. So second square root 97.75. And we get 9.8868, so let's just go ahead and round that up to about 9.89. So this would be approximately 9.89. Actually, let's just even change those. So it's not an exact value, it's an approximation. And thank you, Mr. Calculator. You can disappear now. So if we know that x right now is approximately 9.89, and we're trying to figure out what y is, well, we can take this 9.89 and we can plug it in here. We're going to say 9.89 plus y should equal 12. So let's subtract our 9.89 from each side. And we should end up with y equals, we'll think about it, $12 minus $9.89. That should give us approximately, let's fix that. That was great. Really glad that happened there. Let's undo that. Now let's use the little eraser, please. Great. So it's going to be approximately, because our answer we already approximated, but it should be 2.11 or $2.11 if it was money. So in this case it's going to be feet. So our distance from the top step of the ladder to the roof should be about 2.11 feet. So let's write it out in words. They gave us the problem in words, let's write our answer in words. So the distance from top step of ladder to the roof is 2.11 feet. All right, and that's what they were asking us for there. We drew our sketch. Answer is about 2.11 feet there. This is problem 4-89. Please do not try this at home. Talk about getting on a ladder. If you do, make sure you have somebody spot you. It's all really easy for this ladder to just slide out there, and then you got a broken elbow or a broken face, something like that. So 4-89, don't play with ladders at home. Answer is 2.11 feet. Have a great night. This is Mr. Boyd, signing off.